really good point. So I'll help you out here in this segment. I'll ask the question what your advice would be to Donald Trump, because let's just look back at the race in the past month. A month ago, before Biden dropped out, after the assassination attempt, right after the RNC, many would argue it would be Donald Trump's race to lose. He was surging in the polls. There was a united GOP. There was this sense of unity amongst his party. Now the momentum and enthusiasm aren't on his side. So A, what do you think has happened? And B, what's your advice to that campaign to get back on track?
It was his race to lose, and he lost it. But I've been told this, and it's from Governor Newsom of New Hampshire, you can't have something stolen from you that you've given away. And Donald Trump has given away this election to Vice President Harris by how he's behaved, by what he said. Trump has the advantage on the key issues, inflation and immigration. Trump has an advantage on which administration was more efficient and more effective. But instead of talking those issues where Trump has the advantage and the ones that Americans care about, instead he's making personal attacks. He's alienating the very people he needs to support. He's even attacking other Republicans, such as the very popular governor of Maryland, the very popular governor of Georgia. He's making it impossible for Republicans to unite. He's making it impossible for people to look forward rather than look backward. And in the result, he's costing Republicans not just hundreds of thousands, but millions of voters. And in the end, he's going to have to accept, well, he won't, but that he's actually the campaign's worst enemy, and that he is actually Kamala Harris's greatest ally.
It's interesting.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say it's really interesting because more voters think that Trump is better on the bigger issues like the economy, like inflation, like immigration. He went on the attack on Vice President Kamala Harris's economic plan, said it was full communist, called her Comrade Kamala. Are those types of attacks effective? And what should he be doing then? Because you said he needs to talk about the issues. So how does he effectively talk about the issues?
They were effective 8 years ago, but we're not the same country. What got Donald Trump elected in 2016 will not get him elected in 2024, and I don't understand why he doesn't appreciate that, that he doesn't feel it. And Harris people want us all to be silent, and so as to not give any ideas to him, but you have nothing to worry about because he doesn't take ideas. They even surrounded him with food to emphasize just how expensive food prices have become. And instead of focusing on that, he starts his ad hominem attacks against her. In my entire professional life, and I'm old, I've never seen a candidate self-destruct as quickly and as deliberately as Donald Trump. That's not to say that he cannot win. But it is to say that clearly, as we go into the Democratic convention, Harris is winning, and it is now her campaign to lose, and so significant, and what your listeners and viewers will care about most, is it's not just a presidential race. Because young women are energized, because they are united, because it expands the electoral pool, it is now a 50-50, maybe even 51-49. That the Democrats take the House and the Senate with the White House. And that the significance of that success, if it comes into being, will change this country forever. Changes in taxes, changes in regulatory policy, changes in climate issues, changes in union relationships. A Democratic triple play sweep is not just about the vice president becoming president. It is about an entire issue agenda, beginning with the filibuster and ending it, continuing with the Supreme Court and expanding it, continuing with legislation on some of the social issues that have been so divisive that you will actually see a different country within a year. And I say this because it's my job not just to see where we are right now, but to project 3 months from now, 3 years from now. And what I see in state after state is a public that's rising up and saying enough. No more of this bullying, no more of this negativity, no more of this stuff that Trump had been saying and doing. And he desperately wants something else, something better. And when he attacks other Republicans, he guarantees that the party is not united, and that gives the Democrats a victory. So it really, Harris is going to need to send Trump a bouquet of flowers on Election Day, because it is he who's most likely to elect her president.
A